Morning, all. All right, so we have 6 games in the National Hockey League tonight. Pretty busy for a Wednesday, but again, these are all rescheduled games, right? So these are all games that were supposed to happen in December, early January, didn't take place. So here we go. One game starting at 7 o'clock Eastern, and there's a good spread out amount of time between these games, so it's going to end up being a long night, but easier to keep track of everything. So starting at 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, the Philadelphia Flyers are at home against the Detroit Red Wings. I'm wearing Philadelphia because I think they're overdue for a bit of a streak. And here's the thing. For Philly, I don't think they're as bad as their record. Detroit 20, 21, and 6 overall over their last 10. They are 4, 5, and 1. Away from home, they are 6, 12, and 3. So Detroit not as good on the road as they are at home. That's been an issue for them this year. On the Philadelphia side, over their last 10, they are 2, 7, and 1. They won 2 in a row, and that's to get to a record of 15, 22, and 8. Again, 15 wins and then 30 losses, 22 of them in regulation. They're probably a little bit better than that. At home, they're 8, 10, and 4. This is the first of 3 meetings between themselves and Detroit. They meet again in 3 days' time on the 12th, and they meet on March 22nd as well. So this is the first of 3. We'll see how things go. Then at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, the Nashville Predators in against the Dallas Stars. On November 10th, Nashville won this matchup 4-2. We'll see how things go today in the second of 4 meetings between these teams. Nashville's 28, 14, and 4 over their last 10. They're 5, 3, and 2. They did win their last game. Away from home, they're 14, 7, and 4. For the Dallas Stars, they're 23, 18, and 2 over their last 10. They're 5, and 5. They did lose their last game in regulation. And at home, they're 15, 6, and 1. So they have to continue to play well at home and not bring that road style of game home. They had the 4-game sweep on the road, came home, and yeah, they were playing at home the way they were on the road. They need to be good at both at the same time. If they're going to make the playoffs, they're going to have to be good at both. There's 2 more meetings to come between these two, February 24th as well as March 8th. So March 8th, they'll be done with one another unless they see each other in the playoffs. 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 Pacific start as well between Chicago and Edmonton. So this is about an hour earlier than normal for an Edmonton start. November 20th, Edmonton won this matchup 5-2. These teams will meet again on March 3rd. For Chicago, they're 16, 23, and 7. Over their last 10, they're 3, 5, and 2. They've lost 3 in a row. Away from home, Chicago's 8, 12, and 4. On the Oilers side of things, they're 23, 17, and 3. Over their last 10, they're 5, 4, and 1. They did lose their last game in regulation. Their last game in regulation being last night against Vegas. So we'll see if they bounce back tonight against Chicago. And at home, the Oilers are now 12 and 9 after that loss against Vegas last night. So for Edmonton, they need to get things turned around. Chicago should be a team that's more likely than others to accommodate them there, but we shall see, because until the games get played, you just don't know. 9:30 Pacific, 6:30, 9:30 Eastern, I should say, 6:30 Pacific start time between Vegas and Calgary. So Vegas coming off of their win last night in Edmonton, now they go to Calgary. December 5th, Vegas won this meeting 3-2. This is the second of only 3 meetings between these teams this year. Vegas is 28, 16, and 3 with last night's win. They are now 5, 3, and 2 in their last 10 as well. They've won 3 in a row. Away from home, they're now 14, 6, and 1. So Vegas, pretty good away from home. Definitely getting things together, getting healthier. This could be bad for teams of the Pacific and just for the West in general. Calgary 23, 13, and 6 overall. Over their last 10, they're 6 and 4. They've won 3 in a row as well. At home, they're 7, 4, and 4. Very home-heavy schedule from here for the Calgary Flames. We'll see how it turns out. The third meeting between these teams will be on April 14th. So that's when that'll be done with. Then at 10 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Pacific, the Arizona Coyotes in against Seattle. I'd try to argue this could be game of the night, but I can't. These teams met November 6th. Arizona won that game 5-4. So we'll see what happens tonight in the second of 3 meetings between these two teams. For Arizona, they're 11, 31, and 4. They're coming off of a loss last night against Vancouver. Last 10 games, they are 3 and 7. They've lost 2 in a row. Away from home, they are 6, 15, and 3 at this point in the season. So for Arizona, whether they're at home, they're on the road, it's been a struggle, but that's, again, by design. Seattle 15-27-4 on the season. Over their last 10, they are 5-5. They did win their last game going into the break, and at home they're 9-14-2. The third meeting between these teams will be March 22nd. So Seattle looking to, get themselves rolling, being 5-5 in their last 10. We'll see if they can win this one tonight. And then at 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific, an odd 7:30 start time in Vancouver. So if you're in Vancouver, pay attention. It's at 7:30, not 7 o'clock. The New York Islanders in against Vancouver for the first time since March 10th of 2020. I was at that game, so I'm trying to think. I know that was right before the NHL paused. So this is the first time they've been in since right before the NHL paused 2 years ago. 16-17-6 is the record for the Islanders currently. Over their last 10, they're 5-5. They did lose their last game in regulation. Away from home, they are 7-7-3. For Vancouver, they are now 21-20-6. They're going to be trying to win second half of a back-to-back. Over their last 10, they're 5-2-3. They won their last game, and at home, they're 9-8-3. The second meeting between these teams will be March 3rd in New York. Just as an aside as well, under Bruce Boudreau, the Canucks are not allowing a lot of goals. They're not scoring a ton either. In general, last night they did, but in general they haven't been. The Islanders also not allowing a lot of goals, not scoring a lot of goals. I would say take the under on this one. Just throwing that out there. I wouldn't be surprised if this one's 2-1, 2-0, 1-0, something like that. But we'll see. Let me know your winners in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. Just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.